Right, a quick demonstration of how to start your Hyundai either 2 or 3000 SEI generator when you receive it and out of the box. Firstly, the parts that come with it are a litre of engine oil, 15W40, 10W30 grade would also suffice, spark plug spanner, a spare spark plug, bottle of fuel preservative, this is sufficient for 10 litres of fuel, auxiliary battery charger lead, slippery little devil, the set of keys and 2 remote key fobs, a fly lead from 16 amp to 13 amp so that you can use your caravan hookup lead, the main instruction manual, the tube which is used for draining or changing the oil, I'll show you how that works later, and a screwdriver. Okay, one of the first jobs is to remove this side access cover. There are 2 screws at the top, simply need undoing to gain access to the engine to fill the engine oil. We can put that to one side. This is the oil filler and drain plug where oil goes in and also out of the engine should you need to change the oil or drain it for storage. So we'll tip it back and fill with engine oil. Remove the plug. And fill with oil. Just check how much we've got in there. Not enough. That's just about perfect. When I put the machine down level, the engine oil will be just about to come out of the threads. That's just about perfect. And replace the plug. With this being the SEI model, we then need to remove this small cover to connect the battery. Behind this cover you'll find 2 white plastic plugs. You'll see a little ridge on the one plug and a matching slot on the other. These need to be clicked together into position. That's now battery connected. The lead then tucks back in and the cover can be replaced. Having put engine oil in the machine, the next step will be to fill with fuel. Lift the filler flap and remove the fuel cap. And fill with fresh unleaded fuel. Place the cap and close the flap. This is the fuel tap. Pointing vertically downwards is on, horizontal would be off. So we need it on, vertically downwards. The next job would be to prime the fuel through. As I push the primer bulb, you'll see fuel coming through the fuel filter here. It's probably necessary to push for 30 to 60 seconds to get it primed through and to fill the carburetor here. That should do. Right, so we have fuel, we have oil, we have electric. let's look at the control panel. Two switches on the control panel. One is for the remote control and the other is for the economy. First of all, we can leave both these switches in the off position. The machine comes with two remote control key fobs and two standard keys. For the key start, the remote switch should be off, the economy switch off, and it can be started on the key. The first position is on, that would enable the pull start, or the second position would be to engage the starter motor and attempt to start. We'll do that first. It starts absolutely fine on the key. We can then remove the keys, engage the remote start, and then we can start it on the remote key fob. This takes two pushes with about a 1 second interval. So 1, 2. The red button is to stop, the black button is to start. We'll turn the remote off. If this button is left on for long periods of time, it can flatten the battery. So don't leave it on more than overnight. Should you need to stop the machine during an emergency and you can't find the key fobs, press and hold this red stop button until the engine stops. I'll demonstrate. If this button is left on for long periods of time, it can flatten the battery. So don't leave it on more than overnight. Should you leave it on overnight and flatten the battery, if you turn the key to position 1, then you can manually start it using the pull start. Pull the pull start out until you feel resistance, back in and swiftly pull the pull start. To change the engine oil, it needs to be removed through the filler plug using the tool provided. Firstly, lean the machine back to prevent any spillage and remove the filler plug. In the toolkit you have an oil drain tube. This simply screws into the hole where the filler plug was and gives you a spout from the engine to pour out the oil. Using a bench or a wall or something that you've got suitable, it can then be poured direct from the engine into a jug.